we're cutting it and replacing it with something else.
Oh, mother.
What?
F chord. F chord.
Recently, episode Family Guy where Stu writes a song for a baby that he's hot on.
Oh, yeah.
Then Brian comes in and we change up the tempo.
Yeah, one of them fell into your guitar. You can have that.
Hello, everyone. We're all those who wander. My mandolin player just stole one of my picks, and then
ran off with it.
and then he dropped one in my guitar. Now I'm down to one pick. We're gonna start off this set of various and sundry drinking songs and Celtic tunes with the Tulla Reel set.
As soon as our mandolin player
returns. So hang tight. In the meantime, I'll tell you about some news. If you live in Colorado Springs, we're going to be interviewing on Culture Zone on KCME. So listen on the airwaves on 88.7 KCME FM, that is. And we're going to be interviewing with Michael Campion on Keith Simon's show, Culture Zone.
There should be access to that online as well, but we'll give you more details on our website and Facebook page as that draws near.
And what else we got? We're playing at Herman's Hideaway and Pikes Perk at the end of the month. We have a competition going for those concerts in honor of our new EP, Off Leash. For any of you who like to write stories or do any non-audio-based art, you can check out the guidelines for that. They are not up on our website yet, but so you can check it out on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/allthosewhowander. And it's basically just whatever you want to do. We'll write a song about it. So we're going to start off with the Tulla Reel set. That's a fun one that I like to take to pubs in Scotland because they were very surprised that a flautist or whistle player was playing a fiddle tune. Because fiddle players don't have to breathe, and I do. So this is going to be a lot of drinking songs for this set. We hope you're sharing a beer with us. We're going to continue on with Parish of Dunkeld, which is a Scottish tune and song that uses a fair bit of unaccompanied singing. So it's the kind of stuff that we got into when we were studying abroad in Scotland, my wife and I. So. Oh, what a parish, a terrible parish. Oh, what a parish is that at Dunkeld. They hanged their minister, drowned their precentor, danged in the steeple and fuddled the bell. The steeple was down, but the kirk was still standing. They bigot alum when the bell used to hang. A stale pat they got, and they brewed Highland whiskey. On Sundays they drank it and ranted and sang. Oh, had you but seen how graceful it looked, to see the crammed pews say socially joined. MacDonald the piper stood up in the pulpit. He made the pipes skirl out the music divine. With whiskey and beer they'd curse and they'd swear. They'd argue and fecht like you done will tell. But Geordie and Charlie, they bothered for early. With whiskey they're worse than the devil himself. When the hard-chilling spirits had mounted their garret, to a ball on the green they haunted a John. The maids with coats kilted, they skipped and lilted. When tired they shook hands and then hame did return. If the kirks of our Scotland held like social meetings, nae warning you'd need from a far tinkling bell. For true love and friendship would draw us together, far better than roaring the horrors of hell. Oh, what a parish, a terrible parish. Oh, what a parish is that at Dunkeld. They hanged their minister, drowned their precentor, danged in the steeple and fuddled the bell. The steeple was down, but the kirk was still standing. They bigot alum where the bell used to hang. A stale pat they got, and they brewed Highland whiskey. On Sundays they drank it and ranted and sang. So that was the Parish of Dunkeld, and we like that song a whole lot. We're going to go to another song across the Irish Channel that we like a whole lot as well. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty, I first laid me eyes on sweet Molly Malone. And she wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She was a fishmonger, and sure it was no wonder, for so were her father and mother before. She wheeled her wheelbarrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. She died of a fever, and no one could save her, and that was the end of sweet Molly Malone. But she still wheels her barrow through the streets broad and narrow, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. Alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, alive, alive, oh, crying cockles and mussels, alive, alive, oh. I know you're all clapping right now, so I'm going to say thank you. We're going to head to Finnegans Wake. We got another Irish sort of drinking song. I think you could say pretty definitively Finnegans Wake is from Ireland. If you don't know the story of Tim Finnegan, he was a terrible drunkard, and he fell off a ladder. He broke his skull. And they tried to bury him, but he was still alive, and all it took was a little aquavite, a little whiskey, spilled on his head, and he woke up and surprised everyone, and it was the best wake ever, because someone actually woke up. How often does that happen?
Wow.
Tim Finnegan walking street, a gentle Irishman mighty odd. He'd a beautiful brogue so rich and sweet, and to rise in the world he carried a heart. See, it's sort of a tippling way, with a laugh and a liquor poor Tim was born. To help him on with his work each day, he'd a drop of the creature every month. Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, what the floor you'll try to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. One morning Tim felt rather full, his head was heavy which made him shake. He fell from the ladder and he broke his skull, and they carried him home, his corpse to wake. They rolled him up in a nice clean sheet and laid him out upon the bed, with a bottle of whiskey at his feet and a barrel of porter at his head. Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, what the floor you'll try to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. His friends assembled at the wake, and Miss Finnegan, she called for lunch. First she brought in tea and cake, then pipes, tobacco and a whiskey punch. Biddy O'Brien began to cry, such a nice clean corpse did you ever did see? To Maverick, why did you die? Ara hold your gob, says Paddy McGee. Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, well the floor you'll try to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. Then Maggie O'Connell took up the job. Oh, Biddy, says she, you're wrong, I'm sure. Biddy gave her a belt in the gob, and she left her sprawling on the floor. Then the war it soon engaged, 'twas woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage, and a row and a action soon began. Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, what the floor you'll try to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. Mickey Malone, he raised his head when a bucket of whiskey flew at him. It missed him, spilling all on the bed, and the whiskey scattered over Tim. Tim Maverick, see how he rises. Timothy rising from the bed, saying, whirl your whiskey around like blazes. Jesus, here, do you think I'm dead? Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, what the floor you're trying to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. Whack fa-da-da-da, dance with your partner, what the floor you're trying to shake. Wasn't it the truth I told you? Lots of fun at Finnegans Wake. We just rocked so hard that we knocked a light off our monitor, so you can't see it right now, but there's actually a man crawling under our camera.
Oh, there is his
to
head
fix
a
the
little
light.
bit. That lovely man is my father, and I would like to generously thank my parents for letting us take up the entirety of their living room for all of today to do these concerts. So we really, really appreciate what they've been doing for us.
Near to Bainbridge town, the county down, one morning in July, down a boring green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so neat from her 2 white feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Sure, the coaxing elf, I had to shake myself to make sure I was standing there.
From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. As she onward sped, sure I shook my head, and I gazed with a feeling queer. And I said, says I, to a passer-by, who's the maid with the nut-brown hair? He smiled at me, and with pride says he, that's the gem of Ireland's crown. She's young Rosie McCann from the banks of the Bann, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. She'd a soft brown eye and a look so sly, and a smile like a rose in June. And you held each note from her lily white throat as she lilted an Irish tune. At the parting dance you were in a trance, she tripped through a jig or a reel. When her eyes she'd roll, she would lift your soul, as your heart she would likely steal. From Bantry Bay to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. At the harvest fair she'll be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shone bright and my hat cocked right, for her smile from the nut brown rose. No pipe I smoke, no horse I'll yoke, with my plough with the rust turned brown, till a smiling bride by my own fireside is the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay up to Derry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down.
We're gonna try a new one on you now. This is one that we got from an absolutely amazing record put out by Nace Mitchell and Jefferson Hamer out of New York State, and it's a collection of child ballads. And if you're not familiar, Francis Child was a brilliant Englishman who collected a number of ballads from around the United Kingdom in the 1800s, and I think there's 305 ballads in total. We like this one in particular. It's called Tam Lin.
Janet sits in her lonely room, sewing a silken seam, looking out on Carter Hall among the roses green. And Janet sits in her lonely bower, sewing a silken thread, and long to be in Carter Hall among the roses red. She's let the seam fall at her heel, the needle to her toe, and she has gone to Carter Hall as fast as she can go. She hadn't pulled a rose, but only one. When then appeared him young Tam Lin, says, lady, let alone. What makes you pull the rose, the rose? What makes you break the tree? What makes you come to Carter Hall without the leave of me? But Carter Hall is not your own, and roses there are many. I'll come and go all as I please, and not ask leave of any. And he has took her by the hand, took her by the sleeve, and he has laid this lady down among the roses green. And he has took her by the arm, took her by the hand, and he has laid this lady down among the roses red. There's 24 ladies fair, sewing at the silk, and Janet goes among them all. Her face is pale as milk, and 24 gentlemen playing at the chess, and Janet goes among them all, as green as any glass. And up in the smoke her father, he spoke in meek and mild. Oh, lass, my daughter, I fear you go with child. And is it to a man of might, or to a man of means, or who among my gentlemen shall give the babe his name? Oh, father, if I go with child, this much to you I'll tell, there's none among your gentlemen that I would treat so well. And Father, if I go with child, I shall bear the blame. There's none among your gentlemen shall give the babe his name. She's let the seam fall at her heel, the needle to her toe, and she has gone to Carter Hall as fast as she can go. And she is down among the weed, down among the thorn, when then appeared Tamlin again. Says, lady, pull no more. What makes you pull the poison rose? What makes you break the tree? What makes you harm the little babe that I have got with thee? Oh, I will pull the rose, Tamlin, I will break the tree, but I'll not bear the little babe that you have got with me. If he were to a gentleman and not a wild shade, I'd rock him all this winter's night and all the summer's day. Then take me back into your arms, if you, my love, would win, and hold me tight and fear me not. I'll be your gentleman, but first I'll change all in your arms into a wild wolf. But hold me tight and fear me not. I am your own true love, and then I'll change all in your arms into a wild bear. But hold me tight and fear me not. I am your husband dear, and then I'll change all in your arms into a lion bold. But hold me tight and fear me not, and you will love your child. At first he changed all in her arms into a wild wolf. She held him tight and feared him not. He was her own true love, and then he changed all in her arms into a wild bear. She held him tight and feared him not. He was her husband dear, and then he changed all in her arms into a lion bold. She held him tight and feared him not, the father of her child. And then he changed all in her arms into a naked man. She's wrapped him in a coat so warm, and she's brought him home.
That was it's a fairly new one to us, but we were baffled by the way that that duo plays guitar, Jefferson Hamer and Ace Mitchell. Top-notch stuff. Check it out. Next I'm going to jump on flute. Just give me a second. This is a set of tunes that I don't consider very scary, but it's called the Haunted House Set.
So that's it's a fun set of tunes. My favorite is the last one. And next we're going to go to another Scottish song that we like a whole lot. I was just kind of amazed when we went to Scotland. There was one woman in particular in the session that we were going to at Dram. It's Dram with an exclamation point. So go Dram. And she had just an incredible reverence for this song, and it was really amazing, really inspiring, and we've enjoyed playing it ever since, hearing it that way. This is the Skye boat song. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with a sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to Skye. Loud the winds howl, loud the waves roar, thunder clouds rend me. Baffled our foes stand by the shore, follow they will not dare. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with a sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. And sleep, soft shall he sleep, ocean's royal bed. Rocked in the deep, Flora will keep watch by your weary head. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with the sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. Many's the lad fought on that day, well the claymore could wield. When the night came, silently lay dead on Culloden's field. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with the sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. Burned their homes, exile and death, scatter the loyal men. Yet ere the sword cool in the sheath, Charlie will come again. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with the sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. Speed, bonny boat, like a bird on the wing, on with the sailor's cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king, over the sea to Skye. Next we're going to go to what is actually a children's song, but was made probably most popular by the Dubliners. This is Tell Me Ma. Well, tell me ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and stole my comb, that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courting 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Well, Albert Mooney says he loves her, all the boys are fighting for her. I knock at the door and I ring at the bell, saying, oh my true love, are you well? Out she comes as right as snow, rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Lindy Murray says she'll die if she don't get the fella with the roving eye. Tell me ma, when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the belle of Belfast City. She's a courting 1, 2, 3, please won't you tell me who is she? Let the wind and the rain and the hail blow high, and the snow come tumbling from
on the sky. She's as sweet as apple pie, and she'll get her own lad by and by. When she gets a lad of her own, she won't tell her ma when she goes home. Let them all come as they will, for it's Albert Mooney she loves still. Tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair and stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She's handsome, she is pretty, she's the Belle of Belfast City. She's a curtain 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she? Well, tell me ma when I go home, the boys won't leave the girls alone. They pulled my hair, stole my comb, but that's alright till I go home. She is handsome, she is pretty, she's the Belle of Belfast City. She's a curtain 1, 2, 3. Please won't you tell me who is she?
I like to do the string slapping there, but it does kind of hurt my hand after a while. Next, we're going to go to another Dubliners tune. This is Whiskey in the Jar.
As I was going over the far famed Kerry mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced me pistol and I then produced me rapier, saying stand and deliver for your triple deceiver. Mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. I put it in me pocket and I brought it home to Jenny. She sighed and she swore that she never would deceive me, but the devil take the women, for they never can be easy. Mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. I went up to me chamber all for to take a slumber. I dreamt of gold and jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. But Jenny drew me charges and she filled them up with water, and sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. 'Twas early in the morning, just before I rose to travel. Up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she'd stolen away me rapier. I couldn't shoot for water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, 'tis my brother in the army. If I could find his station in Cork or in Killarney, and if he'd come with me, we'll go roaming in Kilkenny, and I'm sure he'll treat me better than me own Miss Morton Jenny. Mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar. A mushering-a-ma-doo-da-ma-da. Whack fowl the daddy-o, whack fowl the daddy-o, there's a whiskey in the jar.
Next, we're gonna slow things down a bit, and now for something completely different. We're gonna go to a song called "Drowned Lovers,"
Which could be a drinking song if you think about it.
Could, yeah.
Just drinking water.
Lots and lots of water.
Yeah. To the point of death.
Spoiler alert. This song is called Drowned Lovers.
It's called "Drowned Lovers." I mean.
He sits at his stable door in his comb and his coal-black steed, stout and on Fair Margaret's love, and his heart begins to bleed. Give corn unto me, horse mother, meat to my man John, and all the way to Fair Margaret's bower before the night comes on. Stay at home with me, dear Willie, oh stay at home with me, and the very best cock in all the roost that your own supper will be. For your cocks and all your roofs, I vow you not to pin, and all the way to Fair Margaret's bower before the night comes in. Well, if you go to Fair Margaret's bower without the leave of me, in the deepest part of the Clyde water, then drowned you will be. The good steed that I ride upon cost me thrice £30, and all put trust in his swift feet to carry me safe and sound. He's ridden on yon high hill and down yon Derby down, and they're rushing in the Clyde water with fear 500 men. Oh, roaring Clyde, you roar so loud, your strings are wondrous strong. Make me a wreck as I come back, but spare me as I'm gone. When he got to fair Margaret's bow, he's towed low on the pin. Rise up, me May Margaret, rise up and let me in. Who is this in me bowered door, calling May Margaret's name? Well, it's only a first love, little William, this night come to her home. Open up your gate this night, open and let me in. For my boots, they're full of the Clyde water, and I'm frozen to the skin. My barn's full of corn, Willie, my stable's full of hay. My bow is full of gentlemen, and they won't remove till day. Fare thee well to you, May Margaret, fare thee well, and did you? For I have earned my mother's own curse by coming this night to you. He's ridden o' yon high hill, and down yon Derby Dan, and a rushing in the Clyde water took Willie's hat from him. He's leaned him over his saddle bow to catch his hat again, and a rushing in the Clyde water took Willie's cane from him. He's leaned him over his saddle bow to catch his cane by force. The rush in the Clyde water took Willie from his horse. This young man sank into the pot so deep. A band awoke Miss May Margaret from her dreary sleep. Come here, me mother dear, read to me my dream. I dreamt my love was at our gate, and no one let him in. Lie there, me May Margaret, lie there and take your rest. For since your love was at our gate, it's but 2 quarters past. Nimbly rose she up to the water's brim. The louder that this young girl cried, the louder grew the wind. The very first step that she went in, she's up into her feet, and it's o'er the last this young girl cried, your water's wondrous deep. The very next step that she went in, she's up into her knee, cried she who would go further in, if I my true lover could see. The very next step that she went in, she's up into her chin, in the deepest part of the Clyde water, she found sweet William in, saying, you have had a cruel mother, Willie, and I have had another, and now we sleep in the Clyde water, like sister and like brother.
Next, we're going to move on to a... I was going to say something about that. Many of the songs that we sing in sort of this Celtic-y kind of tradition, and in fact in the American folk traditions as well, tend to be what we call story songs. So they're kind of there to express a story. So they tend to be rather repetitive, but in the context of the story, they become much more interesting. So the key with those songs, like Drowned Lovers, is to really try and pay attention to the lyrics and hear the story, and you'll get much, much more out of it. Next we're going to go to a set of tunes, and I'm going to pull out my whistle again. If you've been to Irish sessions around, you'll probably have heard this. This is the Kesh Jig set, except I play it a little different. Yeah. So that's a really popular one, but I play a different tune after Keshjig, which makes it a little interesting. Next one I go to a whole slew of really great drinking songs. And you might recognize them if you're a fan of Brian Clancy, who performs in and around the Denver and Colorado Springs areas. He plays many of these tunes. Yeah, I guess we'll do the interjections. Let's do that. Don't have to do them real loud, but
We are having a minor technical difficulty. We will be back with you in a moment.
Please feel free to browse the rest of the internet.
yeah. I'm
Check
gonna get my
Facebook.
song sheet.
It's not
Check
There's a lot of
Facebook, check your
competition.
email.
We appreciate you spending your valuable internet time with us. I know there's a lot of things on there.
We are also on most of these things that you could go to, though. We do have Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I don't think we have MySpace. We have a Bandcamp. We have a Reverb Nation. I don't know.
Shocking footage of a shocking shortage of funny cat videos, though.
That
On
is
each
true.
of these places.
That is true.
We'll try and rectify that. We have a few
Yeah.
cats.
We have a couple posts up on Reddit. We have a couple pins on our Pinterest account. So we're pretty present. We get some pretty fresh content on our Facebook page once or twice a day. Anyway, this is the Irish Rover. In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the cold Quay of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. We'd an elegant craft, she was rigged fore and aft, and how the trade wind drove her. She had 27 masts, and she stood several blasts, and they called her the Irish Rover. Great ship! There was Bonnie McGee from the banks of the Lee, and Hogan from County Tyrone. There was Johnny McGurk, who was scared stiff of work, and a chap from Westmeath called Malone. There was Slugger O'Toole, who was drunk as a rule, and fighting Bill Tracy from Dover, and Jordan McMahon from the banks of the Bann was the skipper of the Irish Rover. Good man! We had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 2 million barrels of bone. We had 3 million bales of old nanny good tales. We had 4 million barrels of stone. We had 5 million hogs and 6 million dogs and 7 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million hides of old lame horses' hides in the hold of the Irish Rover. Big ho! There was Mickey Coot, who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for a set. He was tootling with skill for each sparkling quadrille, though the dancers were flather and bat. With his smart witty talk, he was cock all the walk, and he held the Danes under and over. They all do at a glance when he took up his stance. He sailed on the Irish Rover. Hot stuff! Then he sailed 7 years when the measles broke out, and the ship lost its way in a fog, and the whole of the crew was reduced down to 2. 'Twas myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock. Oh Lord, what a shock! We nearly tumbled over, turned 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. Now I'm the last of the Irish Rover. You've probably heard a number of groups play that one. It's all over the place. But,
Next, we're gonna do a protesty kind of song.
Because we have opinions.
We have opinions, damn it.
Don't think we're sitting here doing a YouTube stream because we're K Sarah Sarah.
And the group that we are going to sing about has very, very different views
Speak for yourself.
than when they were first founded.
Oh.
Yeah, the group in question kind of developed into a rather
Terrorist organization.
Yes,
As
yeah.
opposed to a peacekeeping organization.
You'll hear it. This is the Black and Tan, and I'm gonna put a capo on before I start it in the wrong key. That's better. I was born in a Dublin street where the royal drums did beat, and those loving English feet, they walked all over us. And each and every night when me da would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours outside with this chorus. Oh, come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kailashandra. Oh, come tell her how you slew them old Arabs 2 by 2. Like the Zulus, they had spears and bows and arrows. How you bravely faced each one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened them natives to the marrow. Oh, come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders, and how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kailashandra. Oh, come let us hear you tell how you slandered great Parnell, whom you fought and well and truly persecuted. Where are your sneers and dares that you'd only let us hear when your leaders of 16 were executed? Oh, come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kailashandra. Time is coming fast and truly come at last, when each yeoman will be cast aside before us. And if there be a need, sure me boys will sing Godspeed with a verse or two of Stephen Bain's chorus. Oh, come out, ye black and tans, come out, ye fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kailashandra. Oh, come out, ye black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. Tell her how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Kailashandra. We're going to go next to a song that has probably the most solid burn I've ever heard in a song. This is Riley's Daughter. It's a classic Celtic pub song. And my favorite line of this whole song, the end of the last verse, you'll have to listen for it. So it goes through this whole story. Basically, Riley is this old codger, right? And this young man wants to marry his daughter. But Riley is this, one-eyed bastard who decides that this young man is not fit to marry his daughter. And so it goes through this whole thing where the young man ends up marrying Riley's daughter. Riley comes after him to try and kill him. This is the man that married his daughter. I mean, legitimately, it's his daughter's husband, his son-in-law. But the last line, or the last verse in the song, is, I caught old Riley by the hair, and I rammed his head in a pail of water. I fired his pistols into the air, a damn sight quicker than I married his daughter.
Boom.
Burn. Served,
Ow.
Riley. Served. I think that's a great line. This is Riley's Daughter. As I was sitting by the fire, talking to old O'Reilly's daughter, suddenly a thought came into my head. I'd like to marry old O'Reilly's daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. O'Reilly played on a big bass drum. Riley had a mind for murder and slaughter. Riley had a bright red glittering eye, and he kept that eye on his lovely daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. Her hair was black and her eyes were blue. The colonel and the major and the captain sought her. The sergeant and the lieutenant and the drummer boy too. They never had a chance with O'Reilly's daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. I got me a ring and a parson too. Got me a scratch and a married quarter. Settled me down to a peacefuler life. Happy as a king with O'Reilly's daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. Suddenly a footstep on the stairs. Who should it be but O'Reilly out for slaughter, with two pistols in his hands, looking for the man that had married his daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. I caught old Riley by the hair and I rammed his head in a pail of water. Fired his pistols into the air, damn sight quicker than I married his daughter. Giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay, giddy-yi-yay for the one night O'Reilly. Giddy-yi-yay. Try it on your own big drum. Fresh fish.
Fresh fish.
Because Riley got some fresh fish.
Giggity.
Giggity.
No.
I think it is. I think that metaphor is as old as folk music, at least.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure what they're going for.
Yeah, the whole song was about shopping, going down to the market. That's what it was about. That's why it ends with fresh fish.
It ends with
They're
fresh
being literal.
fish because there were fresh fish in the bucket.
No metaphors there, no double entendre. Straight laced, these Dubliners.
Maybe not that, but I don't know. I just don't think it's in that particular case. This is one of our favorite drinking songs. This is probably one of the best sing-alongs that we have. This is
Sing along, everybody. I know you're about a minute behind us.
yeah. You're about a minute behind us, but you're with us in late spirit. We'll get. I mean, in the spiritual world, I'm pretty sure that like things can go backwards in time, and you'll be with us. Ask a theologian. That's right. Ask your local pastor or professor of theology, if that's true.
Or druid.
Have you heard about the big strong man? He lived in a caravan. Have you heard about the Johnson fight? Oh Lord, a hell of a fight. You can take all the heavyweights you got. We got a lad who can beat the whole lot. He used to ring the bells in the belfry. Now he's got a fight. Jack Dempsey was my brother Sylvester. He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 bad men in the west. He knows no resting in the man who's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that would sink a battleship. It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. Well, he thought he'd take a trip to Italy, and he thought he'd take the trip by sea. He jumped out of the harbor in New York, and he swam like a man made of cork. Well, he saw the Lusitania in distress, so he picked it up and put it on his chest. He drank all the water in the sea, and then he walked all the way to Italy. He was my brother Sylvester. He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 bad men in the west. He knows no resting in the man who's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that would sink a battleship. It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. Well, he thought he'd take a trip to Japan. He brought out the big brass band. He played every instrument they got now, and a lad, he played the whole lot. Oh, the old church bells would ring, and the old church choir would sing. They all turned out to say farewell to my big brother Sylvester. He was my brother Sylvester. He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 bad men in the west. He knows no resting in the man who's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that would sink a battleship. It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. He was my brother Sylvester. He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest. He killed 50 bad men in the west. He knows no resting in the man who's fire. Don't push, just shove. Plenty of room for you and me. He's got an arm like a leg and a punch that would sink a battleship. It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up Sylvester. Next, we're going to go to what is probably our very favorite drinking song of all time. It's about a pub that burned down in Ireland, and being good and upright Irishmen, they did not run away from the burning building crashing over their heads. Nay, for they are braver than that. They ran in, and they stole all the booze in the basement while the building was burning down.
Some of it. They got through most of it.
By steal, they just drank it in the basement while the building was on fire above them.
Yeah.
Stealing?
They,
I mean-
could have, like, rolled the cask out of there, but that wasn't how they did it. Too much liquid courage.
Right. That's right.
Some friends and I, in a public house, we was playing cards one night. When into the room a fireman came, his face all chalky white. What's up, Mrs. Brown? Have you seen a ghost? Or have you seen your Aunt Mariah?
Keep her out of this.
Well, me Aunt Mariah be buggered, says he. The bleeding pub's on fire. On fire, says Brown. What a bit of luck. Everybody follow me. It's down to the cellar. If the fire's not there, then we'll have a grand old spree. So we all went down with good old Brown, and the booze you could not miss. And we hadn't been there 10 minutes or more till we were all quite pissed. And there was Brown, upside down, lapping up the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came in knocking on the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all hopped up. Somebody shouted, McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, pale, like drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Then Brendan ran over to the port wine cub, gave it just a few hard knocks. He started taking off his pantaloons, likewise his shoes and socks. Ah, no, says Brown, that ain't allowed. You can't do that here. Don't be washing your trotters in the port wine tub when we've got some local beer. And there was Brown, upside down, lapping up the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came in knocking on the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all hopped up. Somebody shouted, McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, pale, like drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Just then there came a mighty crash, half the bloody room gave way. We were drowned by the fireman's hose, all pissed, wet and gay. So we got some tacks and some wet old sacks, and we pinned ourselves inside. And we sat there getting blind, bleary-eyed drunk while the old dun cow got fried. And there was Brown, upside down, lapping up the whiskey at the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came knocking on the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all hopped up. Somebody shouted, McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, pale, like drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. Just then and there was Brown, upside down, lapping up the whiskey off the floor. Booze, booze, the firemen cried as they came knocking on the door. Well, don't let him in till it's all hopped up. Somebody shouted, McIntyre. And we all got blue, blind, pale, like drunk when the old dun cow caught fire. We're going to end this live stream in a similar fashion to the way that we like to end our live shows, which is in a similar fashion to other groups around, because it's a very traditional way to do it.
We are not original.
We songwrite. That counts as original.
4 chord songs
That's not. That is not true.
with poetry about boats, rhyming with
most
floating.
of my songs are more about.
I don't even think
nature
you've written a
to
song
me.
about a boat.
I don't think I have any. I did write one about a boat, but we don't play it very often.
Dang.
It's called Peter Still, and I wrote it during a math class in Scotland. And
When our teacher sounded like Merida's mother from Brave.
no, it was with the other guy.
Oh, are you a guitar?
I'm a bear, rawr. Is that what she said?
No. She was actually quite boring, but she just sounded fun.
She did sound very fun. Yeah.
Of all the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I've done, alas, it recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts that e'er I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. If I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town that sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you had a wonderful evening. I know we sure have. And we hope you'll listen to us another time, or two, or three, or many more. Our website is allthosewhowandermusic.com. You can go there now, since you're already on your computer. It's not out of the way.
Yay!
Buy our stuff.
We
Make us keep going.
we don't really sell stuff per se. We do it all on a contribution basis because we think that even folks that can't afford it should have folk music, but we still want to eat, and that's important. It's hard to make music if you're dead, so
Not
contribute.
impossible.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Beethoven? He's still decomposing.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh.
I got one in there.
good. Yeah.
He's been trying to keep me from telling jokes for both of these streams.
Well,
I don't know why.
I don't know either, Forrest. Nobody knows why.
They're such wonderful jokes.
They're such
They are really
wonderful
good.
jokes. Why would you do
Man,
that?
you should have heard my chicken joke in the earlier show.
Oh, it was awful. We'd love for you to check out our website, and our Facebook page is facebook.com/allthosewhowander. We just put out a new EP. It's available at all our live performances. If you happen to live in the United States and you would like to come out to Colorado Springs or to Denver, it will be available at our shows at Herman's Hideaway and Pikes Perk at the end of this month. We also have a contest going on for if you like to write stories, or if you like to do any non-audio based artistic works, you can submit them, and we will write a song about them.
We're not going to write a song about a song.
No, that would be weird. So
not impossible. I don't know why it's weirder. We could write a song about a song.
Too easy.
I want to open this up.
And so we'll play it at the end of the month, and we'll also send you an autographed copy of the EP that says thank you and all sorts of other nice things in it. So thank you very much.
Thank
We've been
you.
All Those Who Wander, and you've been great. Have a wonderful evening.
Probably.